Hello, readers. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Eringo Brag. So we're nearly done with The Tale of Despereaux by Kate D. Camillo, and I wanted to be sure that I was able to read it to you to finish out the last few chapters. So I'm going to back up just a little bit back into chapter 49. What do you want, Midgery Sow? Was the title of that chapter. And if you remember, Midgery Sow, the Princess P, and Despereaux are down in the dungeon and they're battling back and forth what to do. So I'll take it back to about midway. If you have any sense at all, said Despereaux, and I heartily doubt that you do, you will not use that instrument on me. Without me, you will never find your way out of the dungeon, and you will starve to death here, or worse. Glor, said Midge. Then lead us out now, or I will chop you up into little rat bits. No, said Despereaux. The princess shall stay here in the darkness, and you, Midge, will stay with her. But I want to go upstairs, said Midge. I'm afraid that we are stuck here, Midge, shouted the princess, unless the rat has a change of heart and decides to lead us out. There will be no changes of heart, said Despereaux. None. Glor, said Midge. She lowered the knife. And so the rat and the princess and the serving girl sat together in the dungeon as, outside the castle, the sun rose and moved through the sky and sank to the earth again, and night fell. They sat together until the candle had burned out and another one had to be lit. They sat together in the dungeon. They sat and sat. And reader, truthfully, they might be sitting there still if a mouse had not arrived. Chapter 50, in which the princess says his name. Princess! Despereaux shouted. Princess! I have come to save you! The Princess P heard her name. She looked up. Despereaux, she whispered, and then she shouted it. Despereaux! Reader, nothing is sweeter in this sad world than the sound of someone you love calling your name. Nothing. For Despereaux, the sound was worth everything. His lost tale, his trip to the dungeon, and back out of it, and back into it again. He ran toward the princess. But Despereaux, baring his teeth, blocked the mouse's way. The princess cried, Oh no, rat, please, don't hurt him. He is my friend. Midge said, Don't worry, princess. I will save the micey. She took the kitchen knife. She aimed to cut off the rat's head, but she missed her mark. Whoopsie, said Midgery Sow. Chapter 51. What is that smell? Ow! Screamed Despereaux. He turned to look at his tail. And as he did, Despereaux drew his needle and placed the sharp tip of it right where the rat's heart should be. Don't move, said Despereaux. I will kill you. Ha 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 ha. Botticelli Rimorso laughed from the sidelines. Exactly. He slapped his tail on the floor in approval. Absolutely delightful. A mouse is going to kill a rat. Oh, all of this is much better than I anticipated. I love it when mice come to the dungeon. Let me see, said the other rats, pushing and shoving. Stand back, Botticelli told them, still laughing. Let the mouse do his work. Despereaux held the trembling needle against Despereaux's heart. The mouse knew that as a knight it was his duty to protect the princess. But would killing the rat really make the darkness go away? Despereaux bowed his head ever so slightly and as he did so, his whiskers brushed against the rat's nose. Rescuro sniffed. What is that smell? He asked. Mousy blood, shouted one rat. Blood and bones, shouted another. You're smelling tears, said Botticelli. Tears and a thwarted love. Exactly, said Rescuro, and yet there's something else. He sniffed again, and the smell of soup crashed through his soul like a great wave, bringing with it the memory of light, the chandelier, the music, the laughter, everything, all of the things that were not, could never be available to him as a rat. Soup, moaned Rescuro, and he began to cry. Boo-hoo, shouted Botticelli Rimorso. Shh, hissed the other rats. Kill me, said Rescuro. He fell down before Despereaux. It will never work. All I wanted was some light. That is why I brought the princess here, really. Just for some beauty, some light of my own. Please, shouted Botticelli. Do kill him. He is a miserable excuse for a rat. No, Despereaux, said the princess. Don't kill him. Despereaux lowered his needle. He turned and looked at the pea. Boo-hoo-hoo, shouted Botticelli again. Kill him! Kill him! All this goodness is making me sick. I've lost my appetite. Gore, shouted Midge, waving her knife. I'll kill him. No, wait, said the princess. Rescuro, she said to the rat. What? He said. Tears were falling out of his eyes and creeping down his whiskers and dripping onto the dungeon floor. And then the princess took a deep breath and put a hand on her heart. I think, reader, that she was feeling the same thing that Despereaux had felt when he was faced with his father begging him for forgiveness. That is, P was aware suddenly of how fragile her heart was, how much darkness was inside it, fighting always with light. She did not like the rat. She would never like the rat, but she knew what she must do to save her own heart. We're going to pause there for now. We'll have more reading tomorrow. Thank you for listening.